Show. I'm Clay Abels. The final score 1-1, Louisville City drawing with Indy 11. Jeff, it was one of those matchups that started off strong for City and didn't finish the way they had hoped. It feels like we've been on a broken record with that. Why do we continue to see City have the hot start but not finish off with the second score?
Well, I think it's difficult to find a recipe for success in this league and repeat it night in, night out. It's been difficult, obviously. I know we keep saying we were off for all these months. We're starting to run out of that runway of when you can really talk about it. They've played enough. But I do think they're starting to see maybe some answers and starting to understand what they're still missing. I think once that becomes clearer, it's easier to fix it. I really liked what we saw tonight. Paolo Del Piccolo coming in, playing a little bit further up the pitch in that center midfield role, almost as like an advanced playmaker at times. I love seeing him in that role because he can pick out a pass. He's good at that. And it's a little something different than what Louisville City has been doing. And then Napo Masoso out wide. We know he's tricky. We know he's got a lot of pace. He can be a really aggressive tackler and win back the ball high up the pitch. And he did that tonight to create the goal. So there are a couple good things in there mixed in. And then I just think it's a little bit of focus. I think they lose their focus at the start of the second half, at the end of the first half. And then you just kind of run out of ideas going forward in that last half hour when you're really looking for a goal.
To go with that point, you're talking about Masoso. I thought he, again, added a real flair to the team, a pick of pace. Obviously, you saw what he did in the opening few minutes, really just sparking the offense. Do you see going forward, I think he's going to be somebody that's in the starting lineup, but what can they add to Masoso that maybe pushes them over the top?
Well, I'd still love to see a lot more service to Cam Lancaster. I think that's certainly something that has just not quite been missing. We were talking about this on the radio. Louisville City had 15 shots outside the box tonight. Normally that's a sign that a team is having trouble breaking the opponent down. I don't think Louisville City had trouble breaking down Indy 11, especially in the first half. I just think that they were a little bit too quick-triggered. I was trying to think of the phrase. A little too quick-triggered for my taste. You've got it. You've got the free-flowing attack going. You've got bodies coming forward. You've got one of the best strikers in USL in the box or around the box. You've got to figure out a way to work the ball into the touchline, whip a ball in low, let Cam Lancaster go to work, and they've just been trying a little too many of those 25-yard, ambitious, maybe this might catch the goalkeeper type shots. And I would just like to see a little bit more of that continuity in the attack.
Going into Wednesday, they're going to have their third matchup against Sporting KC2. How do they get Cam Lancaster more involved?
Well, I think I think Cam's got to get back, come a little bit deeper to get the ball and see if he can turn. I think it was St. Louis where he was able to come deep, collect about right in front of us here, about 25 yards out and try the goalkeeper a couple times. He hit the crossbar. He's also got to be a little bit more, I'd love to see him a little bit more active on those back shoulder runs. We haven't seen him get into space or call for the ball in space very much. I think part of that had to do with Indy 11 was dropping its back three a little bit deeper to really cause some trouble for them. They were being very physical as well. But I want to see more activity from him. And then I just want to also see his teammates looking for him as well. You need that little extra connectivity between the midfield, your number 10 shirt usually, and then your wingers and your striker.
Louisville City back in action here on Wednesday. That'll be 8 o'clock versus Sporting KC2. We'll have the call for you on iHeartRadio. For Jeff Greer, I'm Clay Abels saying so long from Lynn Family Stadium. The final score 1-1, a draw for Louisville City versus Indy 11. We'll see you on the radio next time here from Lynn Family Stadium.